Welcome back to Unedited Faith. I'm back, of course, again with Angie. If you've listened to The Thief on the Cross and edited versus unedited, you know that she's the myth, the legend. She is my partner in crime. She's all the things, but more than anything, she's my sister in Christ. And so in doing the podcast, you and I were talking, and it was like the world is just so heavy.
Right.
And it would be fun, just a fun episode. Like, and not that we won't talk about God, but everybody needs to laugh.
Right.
And I think we're pretty funny. We'll find out how funny we are, I guess. Maybe it's just us that thinks we're funny. I don't know. But back in Christmas, I was moving, and we were talking about Christmas and Christmases years and years ago. Of course, both of us grew up in the 80s, born in the 70s. So we're part of that generation everybody talks about, the Gen X, the scary generation.
We're the last of the last.
We're the last of a dying breed.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we were raised tough.
Right. But we were talking about Christmas as long ago. And, then we talked about how, the Bible says that laughter is so good for the heart.
Yes.
It is so good to laugh.
We can still laugh and have fun and be silly.
Not everything has to be a serious dialect, a serious conversation. We can make fun of ourselves, I guess I'm saying.
Right. We don't have to pay somebody to make us laugh. That's for sure.
We just make fun of ourselves.
Yeah.
But what really kicked it off was the polyester gowns.
Oh, yes.
That we used to get for Christmas.
Yes.
That had, whatever popular cartoon it was at that time.
Yeah.
What a favorite doll or whatever it looked like. And they were disastrous. We didn't know it at the time. But now looking back on it.
Mm-hmm. We also didn't know that they were flammable.
Right. We were taking a risk.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really, because I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, I'm glad if Mo was alive, which was my mom, that was her nickname, Mo, if she was alive, we would be viral. Like, just because of the way that I like to antagonize her. But I was like, man, if she was here, I got some questions for her.
Yeah.
About some things. But I think Nico was trying to get to get on the podcast, bud?
What do you need? Come here. Come on.
There you go. Nico's taking over.
Here he is.
He's on he wants to be part of the.
I got you.
So we're talking about these gowns, and you and I growing up, of course, I grew up in a place called Christians Bend in Hawkins County. So I'm a river rat. That's what they're called. You grew up on the other side.
I was in Sigornsville.
You was in Sigornsville. So you were on the bougier side.
I was. So I was high rolling because I lived between the 2-lane and the 4-lane.
Yeah, you was in that class.
Yeah.
She was in a whole separate class.
Right.
But we, of course, in my house, my dad had been born in it and was going to die in it. So it was an old, just hodgepodge. So we had maybe at one time we had a wood burning fireplace, but we had the wall heaters, right? That would just burn you.
Yes.
Didn't matter how many layers of clothes you had on, it would get to your soul.
Yeah.
And so for Christmas, we get these gowns.
Yeah.
Because that's what was going to keep us warm.
Oh,
the meaning behind it was well thought out. They were saying love, I guess.
Right.
I'm not really sure. But I was telling you about how every Christmas I would get that gown and I would open it and my mom would be like, yeah, it's your, because you're like, thank you.
Ain't it cute? Don't you love it?
Cute. And then she would always be followed by, now don't stand close to the heater.
You will spontaneously combust. Boom.
Don't stand close to the heater.
Yeah.
So for those of you that know my mom and you're listening, you just picture the scenario with her.
Yes.
Or it would be, don't get close to the fire now.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get close to the fireplace, right? And, with that stern, like, listen what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Me being a defiant child from the get-go, of course, you get up the next morning or several mornings later and it's cold in the house. Of course, they've got those heaters up on high. get it warm. And I love her heart. Like, she would put my clothes in the dryer
Oh,
so they would be warm.
well, that was nice. I didn't get
Such a-
that.
Yeah, she's just best mom. So, but I would always find my way to the heater.
Yeah.
Because I'm cold. And it's like you're standing there, and you're like freezing to death in your polyester nightmare. And she would say, "Get away from the heater." Now, I told you, get away, get away from the heater. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay. So you step up a little bit. She would leave the room and it was cold, so you're doing the turn, you know. You ever do the turn in front of the heater, like my back's warm,
Yeah.
now let me do this. And she'd come back through because, of course, she's busy trying to get daddy going for work, me ready for school. Get away from the heater.
Yeah.
I done told you from that heater.
Yeah.
And it would go on a couple of times until finally, like, I know she might have even been like, "Billy, tell her to get away from the heater. He's in his own world. So all you get out of Billy is get away from the heater. Don't stand so close to the heater." And he's gone back to fixing his hair. But ultimately, it led to, "Do you want to catch on fire? Get away from the heater. That gown will catch on fire."
Oh, yeah.
And looking back on it now, you're like, "You really?
Uh-huh. You
Really?
put me in the, yeah.
You put me in a gown that I could literally, one little spark and I'd have been gone."
But it was cute.
But it was cute and it kept you warm, right?
That's right.
That's all they cared about. And then they put them in the dryer.
Yes. Then you electrocute everyone in the house, including yourself. You shoot fire this far off your fingers.
Well, because you're walking through the house and it's like,
Yeah. And don't turn on the light, whatever
no,
you do.
like you go to turn on the light and you're just like, do I like, maybe if I do it quick.
Yeah.
They put us in these gowns that's going to set us on fire.
Yeah.
If we're not on fire, we're being electrocuted.
Yeah.
But they keep us warm.
Oh, yeah. And they're cute.
And they're cute.
Yeah.
They keep us warm. Go show your gown. And you got to show the gown to everybody. It's like, go get your gown and show her your gown. And you're like, is this my gown? If I'd have known at 7, 8, 5, 6, whatever, what I know now, I would have absolutely been like, "Mo, why are you trying to kill me?
Yeah.
Like, what did I do to you?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to take me out and set me on fire?"
Yeah.
So that's one of those things. And then we talked about the perms.
Oh, Lord, the perms.
They're coming back.
Well, I will not be riding that wave.
No, we're not on perms.
We were traumatized
Yeah.
as children because you're outside playing and you're having a good time. And your hand rolls up, and here she starts getting the bags out. And it's all of the perm. And you can smell the perm solution when she opens the door on the car.
Yeah, because it's strong. Like
She's
it'll
got
take you
her
out.
bags of rollers and all this cotton that they like wrap your head up and all of it. And she goes, "Now I need you to come on." And then I'm like, and you're like, "No," so then here comes your mom out the door. "Angela, get in here right now."
Yeah.
So you get set in the middle of the kitchen on the big twisty chair.
Oh, I
So-
don't have a twisty chair.
We had big, like bar stool
Yeah.
twisties. So they sit you up there so they can reach your head.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there crying. And then you're getting slapped because
We're crying. But no, we didn't have a swivel chair, so I had to turn around this way, hold your head up, don't hold your head back. Right? And they would tie them so tight because you wanted the curls to be as tight as possible.
well, we had a facelift. What the-
Yeah, it's like they would take them and wrap them, and then you would hear that pop.
Yep. And then sometimes they would snap back off and snap them in the fingers or miss the fingers and come around and smack you in the face.
That's happened to me a couple of times. You're just like, "Oh God, make it soppy." Like for me, I try to keep a positive attitude. Like, okay, my hair's look real pretty at school, and then wham, one of them rollers would pop off and smack you in the face.
Mhm.
But
They were dangerous. We could have lost the eye.
so they've tried to set us on fire.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to make us lose an eye.
Yeah.
But then it's like, too, the solution would run into your ears. And then it was close your eyes because if this gets in your eye,
It's
you'll
going to
go
burn.
blind.
Yeah.
You're
And it burns with you're like this, like because your eyes are pouring water,
Yeah.
and she's close them. I got them close, and then it's like I can't breathe, and you're like,
Yeah.
because we were in grade school,
Yeah.
and they was perming our poor little
God,
heads.
just torturing us to death. But then I thought too, I'm like, it's flammable.
Yeah.
And so they're smoking
And your mama,
as they're doing it, like, they like mom and Aggie, a
Yeah.
very, precious friend, or Shelby was another woman that would help her. They're like smoking their Marlboros
oh,
or Vantage or whatever, and it's like, get it right there a little bit. You mean, get it right there. Hold still, Amanda. Hold your head back.
hold it.
Yeah, hold your head back. Hold your head back. Then you have the men,
Yeah.
coming in the house talking about, are y'all about done? Like,
Yeah.
that stinks. I can't stand the smell of that. Or
Yeah.
ain't y'all done yet? Nobody cares that here you are, a child.
Yeah.
You're about to go blind.
Yeah.
Because they're screaming at you, keep your eyes closed because it'll burn and it'll make you go blind.
And you're terrified.
You're terrified. They're smoking with 1,000 chemicals on your head.
We should have just wore the gowns while
We
they
should
did that.
have. We should have. Right.
I bet the perm solution would have melted it.
You know what? Maybe we should test that. Maybe we should get some perm solution and buy one of those gowns and just see what.
We'll just put it in the sink and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're so traumatized by the whole event. And then my hair was so heavy, they never took.
Oh, okay.
So I would wake up the next morning and it was gone. Thinking, oh, I'm going to have these beautiful curls like they said. It wasn't for nothing. And you get up and they're gone. And then it was, where'd they go? Well, I don't know where they went. Well, I don't know where they went. So they would try different methods.
Oh, Lord.
Every so often it was like, well, let's try it like this. Well, let's put more solution. My favorite was, we're just going to put some more solution on it. And it's like, squirt.
Oh.
And then it's like, your head is full. It's in your ears, running down your neck.
Yeah.
Because the cotton didn't help.
Yeah. And see, back in the day, you wasn't allowed to wash it for so many days afterwards. Or you would
3 days.
You would wash it out. You couldn't have washed that out of my head with Ajax. Because my hair would go from like down to here,
Poof, up here. Yeah.
because the perm rods were this size.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you doing? Oh, it's going to be looser. We're going to do that to make sure we get the curl. It went pow to my head, the curl.
Yeah.
And then I would just stand there and cry. And then you get slapped because you're crying.
And the gel. You had to have the gel. Remember, and your hair just be sticky and
your hair looked wet
all the time.
All the time. And it was very crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't brush it.
Right.
Of course, I can't say anything. I can't really brush this either.
Right.
So, so I can say today, it just hit me. I know what's wrong with me with my hair.
Right.
That's what it was.
Right.
It just done something to my brain. So this is how I look all the time because, they would give me the perm and it would go straight out. Pow.
Pow. There it is.
And you're like, and you're sitting there crying, going, it's so ugly. And she would slap you and go, put your dress on for your school picture. And the school picture in the annual was always hideous. It was so embarrassing, and when we were kids, we would pass out pictures.
Yeah.
Do you want me to buy the package? No, I don't want to be, I don't want nobody to have that picture.
We found my mom's wallet because we were looking for something over the weekend. And like, I was looking and it was like, oh, dear God. Because it was like my school pictures.
Oh, Lord.
My brother's school picture, which now more, because let's talk about the men and their hair.
Oh,
bowl cut.
Oh,
Because he was, he was born in the 60s. And so he was raised in the 70s. And it's like a bowl.
yeah.
Poor little Mark sported that bowl cut.
It's like, eat your cereal and then put it in a bowl on your head. So I can give you a trim. Eat your cereal. Wipe it out.
He, of course, by the time I was born, because there's a significant amount of age difference between us, he eventually got to where he, had the beard because he's a big duck hunter, or he was at the time, but now he's just bald.
Right.
He just keeps it bald, and maybe that's why I should call him and ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that why? Because mom made you wear bowl cuts all the time?
Mm-hmm.
But she would also, of course, Christmas and Easter, 2 major events at church.
Right.
Right. So because the perms wouldn't hold, she would curl my hair the way they did back in the day. Like her mom curled her hair. Now, I don't know if it's just an Appalachia thing or what, but what they would do is they would take a paper bag and cut it into strips.
Yeah, I've never heard this.
Okay. And they would twist it, and then they would take your hair while it was wet, and they rolled it on the curlers, and then they would, or on the piece of
On the paper?
on the paper bag, from the paper bag,
Huh.
and she would roll it, and then she would tie it. Now, you had to sleep in that all
Oh.
night because you want your hair to look pretty
So
dark.
you had paper bag.
So hanging paper
all over
bag
your
all
head.
over my head, and I remember I'd like try to go to sleep, and it the knots, because she would do it so tight,
Right?
you know, and be trying to sleep, and it's like that's not, I can't get comfortable, and maybe if I lay like this, and finally
it's
it's
wet.
like, and it's wet, so finally it's like, I remember one night she came in there, and I was laying across with my head hanging off the bed because of course she was like, "Minnie, get up in that bed and get you some rest." And I'm like, "I can't, because all this paper in my head, you're killing me with this paper." Right. But
Yep.
from that moment on, I think that's when I really started to sleep on my stomach, because then it wasn't so bad, but I would literally sleep like this, like on my belly, just with my hand on my,
Oh my gosh.
because it would just press.
Yep.
But the next morning, she would take them out. And of course, it does make a very beautiful curl. It really
Right.
does. But they're very, they're spiral, they're crinkly and things like that. And then she would like brush it. They brush the curls. So then you have,
Yes.
and my hair, which was really long, it's now, like you said, it's up to here.
Uh-huh.
And I remember going to church one time, and Mark, because my brother is forever, like, our love language is insults.
Right.
We insult each other all the time. And him looking at me and going, "You look like ZZ Top." Well, you look like ZZ Top. But just I'm so thankful for curling irons and straighteners. And
Mm-hmm.
these kids don't know how
Mm-mm.
easy that they have it.
Right.
Easy that they have it. I'd like to see you do that to Noel's hair.
No.
Why?
Mm-mm.
Come on.
I went through enough with them, like when they were in school
Yeah.
and when they were in middle school. So there's 2 older girls and then 2 younger girls.
Yeah.
So the 2 younger girls was in homecoming all the time. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I couldn't afford to go to, to pay
Yeah.
for 2 girls to go to the hair
Sure.
salon and to do the makeup and do all the stuff. And look at me, I look like Halloween all the time. So I can do makeup because I grew up in the 80s. You learn how to do your hair and you learn how to do makeup.
Right.
So it was get up, take them to school
Yeah.
on the day of homecoming,
Yeah.
go home, do what I was going to do right quick, take a shower, get ready, go back and pick them up at lunch.
Yeah.
Bring them home
Mm-hmm.
and get started
Mm-hmm.
because I'd done both of the girls.
Yeah.
And then my mother would come
Uh-huh.
in the afternoon time to help. You plug up the curling irons and you sit there and you got all the makeup. So I sit there and I do their makeup and then they're crying at the same time. I'm gonna look stupid. So and you're trying to do the make, and then you hit them with a brush.
Right.
Like shout. You hit them with a brush. Because I used to get hit with a brush. I didn't think
Yeah.
anything about it.
Yeah.
Then you get the makeup done. Then you start on the hair.
Yeah.
With the curling iron.
Right.
So you just start doing sections and it's the whole head.
Mm-hmm.
And then their hair to me was pretty. It was, I didn't do it like mine, but it was
Right.
very, and then they would look at it, then they would cry. So they're crying all their makeup off. And my mom's sitting over there going, just stop. I'm going to press these nails on before we go over there. And I'm like, oh my God.
Justice's version.
Oh my gosh. And like Justice will tell you, like curling irons are hot. And just pow. You get smacked with the whole steel. You get hit with the curling iron and or something. And then it's like, turn around. Now I got to fix your face. I got to fix your face. But it was ridiculous.
Yeah. And as time goes on, of course, I like a very simple look,
Right.
right? In fact, I tried to do eyeshadow today, and I was like, nope, take that right off because I just like a more natural kind of look. But we were talking earlier about the blue eyeliner.
The blue eyeliner,
Blue eyeliner.
the frosty
Jesus.
blue shadow, and it was never like put on and blended in any way. It was like you
Yeah.
just and you took your little
Yeah.
rubber foam whatever
Yeah.
eyeshadow applicator. We don't even use anymore. We all use brushes.
Yeah.
And you dig it, dig it, be like, I gotta get it good. I gotta get,
Right.
and you go, you draw a line straight across your eye. Does it even match the shape of your eye? Absolutely not.
You're just fine. You go white. You did the white. I did the white first, and then it was the blue.
Yeah.
And then it was the silver. Just a little bit right here.
I did the blue, the electric blue eyeliner, and that one line straight across my eye, and and then
Black eyeliner.
I did electric blue.
Oh my Lord. I don't think I
And we
ever
had
used
the lipstick. Remember the green lipstick?
Huh?
When you put the green lipstick on, it
Yes.
changes.
It changed colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it turned like crazy pink.
Do you remember the scrunch socks?
Scrunchy socks was one of my faves. I miss the scrunchy socks.
Okay, so
They were cute.
I know where you can find some.
Well, but my legs was a lot slimmer. If I put scrunchy socks on now, then it's going to make my leg look like a block. I can't do that anymore. So I can't do the scrunchy socks.
Right.
But
we're short too. I mean, to be fair, it may look like we're tall, but if you're watching on YouTube, like we've got some tall stools here.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get us to look right because we're both very short. So the short people can't wear stuff like, and it looked like it.
Well, I could when I weighed 100 pounds.
I've never weighed 100 pounds in my life.
I mean, I could wear anything. Even when I graduated, I weighed 110 pounds.
Did you?
I'm like two people now.
So, because I know you were. So this is how opposite that we were because, of course, you're a few years older than I am. So you had graduated as I was going into the high school in volunteer. But I know you were always a fashionista.
I liked to, Yeah. But see, back then, you got up at 5 o'clock to get ready to go to school.
Yeah.
We wore heels. We wore dress pants. We wore the little short skirts. I had leather. We wore lots of leather. the short skirts with the short jackets, and like cute, or like a jogging suit material.
Oh no!
Beanie,
are you
skirt
about
and the scrunchy socks and your high top shoes? I'm an electric blue fan. What can I say? Electric blue high top Reeboks. So yes, I liked a lot of color. Or if you're feeling like a little, like I'm an outlaw today, so I had the boots with the spurs on them, because you liked for them to cling, with the white button up shirt that had rhinestones this big around, like rhinestones everywhere, and the long duster coat all the way to the floor. Those was for my outlaw days. Like if I got up and I was like, I'm an outlaw today. Yeah. So we had all kinds of things.
So my fashion was a flannel shirt.
I never owned a flannel shirt until I was like maybe 5 years ago.
Oh no. I wore a flannel shirt, baggy jeans. Sometimes I wear a bandana on my head.
I've never had anything. I have this. I can't put anything on my head.
I was very in that genre, whatever that was. It wasn't really, it was a mix between the kind of the grunge and the hip hop things like that. But that was what I was kind of into at that time.
Right.
But here's a fun fact about another difference in the way, because your mom kept you fashionista.
Yeah.
And my mama, no. We weren't, it wasn't that we couldn't afford those things. She just wasn't going to do it.
Right.
She was like, no.
Well, your mom was a little older than mine.
And it's like, but I want the brand name stuff. And she's like, you can brand name it to Walmart and get Gitano jeans.
Right.
You know, you can Walmart it up there and get the knockoffs. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
And so for school, like she was so frugal. It was like you get 2 pairs of jeans, couple of shirts, and a pair of shoes. And you can wear what you wore last year. Like that's how she rolled. Now my sister, who was like 18 years older than I was,
Right.
she kind of was the buffer in there, but she lived in Maryland. So I would always get excited when she would come home because she always bought me something, right, that was brand name. But then when I got my first job, it was game over.
Oh, yeah.
It was game over.
Because you could go shopping.
I was buying all the brand name stuff.
Right.
So, which, and to be fair, I still do like some brand names, but I've learned over the years that I've got a lot better. It's like I'm not paying full price for anything.
Oh, yeah. Some of it's ridiculous. It's gotten a little out of it. What's got a lot out of it.
It's got a lot out of it. So, of course.
And I have to bring up the corduroy bag.
Oh, yes.
I remember being at the grade school where I went to school. And like, if you would happen to be running down the hall or if you was running in the gym or something, you literally went zip, 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 zip. You could hear it from the corduroy hats.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Yes.
Whoosh.
Yes. And it was like picture day for whatever reason rolled around and it was, let's get the corduroy pants.
No, please.
Yes. You had to get the corduroy pants. And then we were talking earlier. I thought I was the bomb, like I was the stuff. It was lilac. It was light purple.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite colors. And I was in the 6th grade. And I got a members only jacket. And I was a member of what? I don't have a clue. But we thought we was the stuff.
Right. I never
members only. Yeah. Yeah. You got one of them? Member of what? I don't know. But wait.
They did. Hi, Nico. You gonna co-host for us? I did get a bomber jacket. She did get me a bomber jacket when I was in 8th grade. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, where'd that jacket go?
I still got mine.
I don't have mine. Like
I've got mine and I have my dad's.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now my dad had a members only that
Right.
he wore. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was way back in the day.
Yeah.
It was the members only jackets and the parachute hats.
Yeah.
The parachute.
The windbreaker outfits.
Oh,
Dear God.
right.
But going back to church.
Oh, well, yeah.
Going back to wearing those things for church. One thing that I am glad is that, my dad, you had to wear a dress.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. And then, as years went on later, me and my mom and my sister kind of ganged up on him. And it's like, really? Like in the wintertime,
Yeah, it's
the
cold.
tights. Mom would be like, put your tights on.
The tights and the
Ugh.
pantyhose.
Oh, Lord. It was
They were
bad.
terrible. And then you put them on and then your mom's yelling at you and then she's painting you with clear fingernail polish because you got to run in your eyes.
Well, one time I had and all she had was like red. And she was like, I'm going to have to use the red. So I'm just running around the church with, because it would stick to your leg. So it looks like I'm bleeding from the leg somewhere because
Oh my God.
painted like to stop the run.
Right.
I'm glad those are gone.
Me too.
I'm so glad those are gone. But one thing I am thankful for is that it seems like anymore, of course we want to be respectful
Right.
when we're going to church, but I am glad that over the years, the focus has kind of shifted off what you're wearing. It's not the position of the
Right.
body. It's not what you're wearing. It's your heart. It's what's
Right.
in your heart.
Exactly.
So I know the last time that him and I sang together was at the church that we used to attend. And he had on his suit. God love him. He wasn't going to wear nothing but a
Right.
suit. And, of course, I respect that.
Right.
And I had on holy jeans and a t-shirt. And I think a pair of just pair of canvas shoes. I'll say it like that. But the spirit just moved.
Yeah.
Still, the spirit moved. But to see that, people have kind of got away from that, well, you have to be dressed a certain way
Right.
or the Lord's not going to move.
Because that's not true.
That's not true at all.
Yeah.
I think too what's good about those things is that when you look back on life and things are hard and you just kind of think about those moments, I think God does use them
Right.
to open doors, to
Right.
talk to people, and just laughing at yourself
Mm-hmm.
about the silly things, that's happened. It can uplift the mood.
Because Jesus doesn't want us to be like,
A stick in the mud
yeah, or like business,
all
business,
the time.
business. We have to sit like the stone faces, like the old, like the, I mean,
There's
like
some.
who's gonna look at us and be like, I don't want to be like them.
Well, nobody's ever going to convince me that God doesn't have a sense of humor because we're created in His own image,
Right.
and it's okay to laugh. It's okay to have fun.
But while he was here,
I think that
people don't
Jesus
think that he
laughed.
laughed.
I think that Jesus laughed. I think He had a great time.
He loved the people.
Yeah.
When you're with people that you love, you laugh. It's
You laugh.
okay.
Yeah, you make fun of them like we
Yeah.
do, but it's okay to laugh. So,
Yeah.
so hopefully we've made you laugh here today. If not, find something that does make you laugh. It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
So thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time.